In the small town of Cheselweck, there are 7 bus routes, but only 1 tram. A museum which exhibits a dinosaur skeleton. A castle ruin with a beautiful view, but without a ghost. To make up for that, though, there's a biscuit factory with a factory outlet. At the very edge of town, where you can already see the fields and hear the railway crossing gate, Fennel Vennel is situated. Number 19 is owned by Mr. Clever, but he doesn't live there. This is where people like Ernest live, the arts teacher, who's in love with the postwoman, and a nosy widow called Mrs. Pondicherry, and Janitor Woods, who's also the coach of the water polo team. But this isn't everything going on at Fennel Vennel number 19. As usual, the children are playing in the courtyard. But then, why isn't Willy at his usual place playing goalie? What's the matter? Asks Tomek. Oh, nothing. Really nothing, mumbles Willy. Willy's a bit peeved. He's been stuck for 3 days on 1 homework assignment. And still, nothing comes. Really nothing. How do I imagine the future will be? Willy doesn't have a clue. How should he know? Perhaps he should ask what the others think. Too late for that. And it shouldn't be so hard anyway. Willy should write down what he himself imagines for the future. But how? Nothing is coming to him. And he won't ask the others at any rate. That would be completely embarrassing. But wait a minute. The young reporter asks, today's survey question for our radio audience, how do you imagine the future will be? Isn't that Willy? No matter. Pipa knows exactly how the future will be. In the future, everything is colorful. All of the houses are bright and cheerful, and they all have chickens, ducks, cows, and bunnies. And we all have air bicycles, and we can ride them right up into the clear blue sky, and everyone is happy. Should I explain a bit more? Asks Pipa. To this, the young reporter says, thank you very much. Widow Pondicherry knows precisely what should happen in the future. Whatever the old people need, the future must have. Automatic driving beds, and on every corner a butler serving coffee and cake. Everywhere there are loudspeakers so that everyone can understand what everyone else is saying. And when can I hear myself on the radio? I don't know exactly, says Willy. Willy will let me know, won't he? Widow Pondicherry replies. Next, Willy goes to the Akrassimowitsch's. Willy says, I'm from the radio station, and can't manage a word further. Mr. Akrassimowitsch jumps at the chance to sing on the radio. But Willy asks, how do you imagine the future will be? Well, in the future there will be music everywhere. Everyone is in good spirits. We sing and dance and make music, and everything is quite unbelievably wonderful. And of course, for those who aren't fond of music, they'll have earplugs and will go about their day in peace. The future is sounding quite exciting to Willy now. Mr. Akrassimowitsch asks whether he oughtn't to sing a little number for the radio audience. Thank you, you've been kind enough already, replies Willy. Tanya and Tonya would also gladly sing for the radio audience, but Willy asks, how do you imagine the future will be? Well, in the future, everything is pink and purple and yellow, très chic. And everyone hangs out in sidewalk cafes, eating salads and strawberry ice cream and chocolate croissants all day. They all have their own programs about fashionable people. Rubbish, says Tomek. Chocolate croissants, thinks Willy. But Tomek is in his element. The future. Just think of the technological advancements. The automation. The robots will do all of the dirty work. We won't have to do anything. We can fly up through the atmosphere and protect Earth from the aliens. Everyone will be happy. That bit about the UFO doesn't sound right to me, says Mr. Akrassimowitsch. Mr. Ernest says, why not? Anything's possible, says Tanya. Exactly, says Mr. Ernest. How can you be so sure of all that? Asks Officer Wheeler. But a pink and yellow future would be neat. And rockets. And automatic driving beds. And chocolate croissants? Asks Willy.
What's all this commotion then?
Asks Mr. Woods.
In the future, I hope there's more peace and quiet.
And Willy? Willy has rushed off to his desk to write everything down. In the future, everything is colorful. We fly with robots up through the blue skies. Butlers ride on their beds over the cow pastures. Horses listen to music every day. Everywhere there are aliens hanging out eating coffee and cake. On TV, Tanya and Tonya constantly eat salads and chocolate croissants. Willy is quite pleased with his homework. If you don't know something, just ask.